Hello, hello, hello. What's up? It's not Tuesday, but it is Saturday, and we're going to sneak in an extra one this week. It is time to talk some Cobra Kai. How you doing this weekend, Andy?
Terrible. I've been doing homework all day.
Oh, that would definitely be terrible. You get a weekend off, supposed to be a nice day, kicking it, and homework?
Terrible. I've been doing homework all day.
Oh, we kick it in again? That's awesome. That almost sounded like you were answering again. I was like, whoa, I'm in the loop. Awesome. Did I just hear it snowing out by you guys?
Oh, yeah. Big old flakes. So that means at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going sledding.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Have you been part of that snowstorm, or is it just now hitting you? Or
it's just now hitting here. It was snowing pretty much like mix of rain and snow all day, but now it's just strictly snowing. So.
Wow. You weren't like in that first wave when people were all locked down in New York and everything with all that big snow?
Nah. I live near too far south.
Yeah,
I live almost on the. I live like on the edge, like where we a lot of times don't get the snow. Like we'll get a lot of mix of snow and rain.
Oh, so it doesn't really dump snow where you're at?
It does sometimes, but we're always like on the edge. So sometimes like the weatherman never knows what's going to happen here because they'll call for snow and it'll rain, or they'll call for rain and it'll snow a bunch because we're just like always right on the edge of the storm of where the temperature is like 36. At 35 degrees, it can snow, but it won't like hang around. It will be at like 35, 36 all the time, and it'll just not. It'll snow.
You never get the good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's harsh. Yeah, it hasn't snowed. I think it snowed once here for like a day. That's all the snow we've gotten. So yeah, it's crazy. Weather's nuts out there, going crazy. But not talking about the weather. We are ready to talk some Cobra Kai. I'm sorry for anybody that's late or only catches us on replay because I don't know what, but somehow I put this to start at 8:55 instead of 6:55. And instead of repopping it, we're just going early. And yeah, hopefully some people can come through. If not, we'll definitely be back on Tuesday at the regular time and can catch us live again then.
To be fair, we have to go early at some point, right? Like I feel like this was just a secret plot by you to be like, see, I'm not always late.
Oh, I was about to say this is about the only way that we're ever going to not be late. Put it on 2 hours late and then still show up a half hour late somehow. So yeah, instead of being a half hour late, we're an hour and a half early. That's how that works. Oh man. But speaking of getting stuff right out of the gate, I did go back and check, and they are messed up with the Tori's arm thing. We were right. Tori, she got cut on her right arm when that happened. Yet magically, it's her left arm that was cut in the first episode. And when they show the flashbacks, it definitely showed it was in her right arm that got hit in the season 2 finale, and it was definitely her right arm that was cut and got stitches. So yeah, they got some incontinuity errors right there. Like my one buddy was saying that it was just because she was looking in the mirror. Yeah, she was looking in the mirror, but she was looking down at her left arm and touching it. So yeah, that was definitely some continuity errors. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing or if they just messed that up, but they definitely got the arm switched up when that because that was driving me nuts. I was like, didn't that? Yeah. So yeah, I went back for sure. They definitely got that screwed up. Like when she went back in season 3, episode 1, she went back and she's sitting there like messing with her left arm. I was like, "What? Your right arm that got cut?" I was like, "How did they not catch that?"
Did you go back to make sure that it was me that called that? No.
Nope. Did you? I'm pretty sure that was
me. Yeah. No, it was me for sure because it was bothering me after that episode.
Oh, wow.
And so I brought it up. Yeah, we go back, and it was definitely me that brought that up because I was like, I'm pretty sure it was her left arm, but then she's standing by the railing and it's her right arm. I don't know what it was before that, but I know that when she was in her room, she was working on her left arm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got that all messed up. So, yep, absolutely called it. That's right. And yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that, if the mirror screwed them up on the production value or what. But yeah, they definitely have 2 different arms getting cut up there. So that's kind of wild. But we're back at Miyagi-Do this week, and Sam is practicing kata, and as she takes a quick water break, she runs into Tori with a Y, and she is there for some revenge. How long did it take you before you realized that this was just a dream?
A long time, because I'm an idiot.
I pretty much I knew it was a dream right away. As soon as I saw Tori, I'm like, no way Tori shows up there by herself just to do this. I was like, that's not real. And then they're going, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a dream. But then when she hit her and knocked her head on the rock and she started like going kind of woozy and seeing Miguel in flashbacks, and then she got dragged to the water and you were seeing it from underneath the water up, I was like, oh shit, maybe this really is happening and like somebody's gonna come save her or hit Tori from behind, or nope, right back, it was a dream. So yeah, I thought it, then I didn't think it, then I thought it again. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I did not the whole time until she woke up. I was like, dang, she's gonna drown her. And then nope.
Oh, that'd be a dark twist. That'd be a dark direction for this show to go.
What I could think is like, man, Tori is crazy. If I cannot distinguish a dream from where she's about to drown her and reality where I think she would possibly drown her. Yeah. Like, she's crazy.
And that's what it all boils down to. Absolutely. But back to happier times, and Miguel is looking good on those crutches, moving right along through Johnny's not-so-traditional rehabilitation. And how great were those sit-ups with the keg, and Johnny, like, makes him hold it there while he pours himself another beer, slaps it all over his face, and then tells him to keep going. That was so tough.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, dude, one of the best parts. I was kind of shocked that they waited till episode 7 to get Miguel back up and running again.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be, like, right away. Because you can't have him like that forever. But, man, they dragged it out.
I'm telling you, I thought I'd at least be up and running in the first half of the season. But we got to wait till episode 7 before he's finally doing that. I thought that was kind of crazy. And I like the slow-mo walk to the trash can. And I like totally get the meaning of the wheelchair and the crutches going into the trash. Like he beat it and they don't need it anymore. But me being me just couldn't help but think, like, did they really need to throw that away? Couldn't they have donated that to someone else in need? Like, wheelchairs are expensive.
It's Johnny, you don't care.
Johnny don't give a crap about nothing. But I was like, man, they should give that to somebody else who could use it. But I like how when they were thinking of like new dojo names and they touch on how badass the name Cobra Kai is, like that's like a little running thing throughout this whole show. Mm-hmm. Badass name. I love how they keep calling back and touching back on their own little jokes through this series. It's pretty tight.
I mean, that's what the whole show's about, right? Touching back on little previous things.
Exactly. The tiniest little details and then bringing them back up to light. I think that's pretty tight. Johnny's all about like, how about we keep the name but spell ours with a K? And Miguel's like, oh, KKK? He's like, yeah, maybe it's a great idea. Like, this never even dawned on him, dude. It's so Johnny is perfect. But they decide today with Miguel will try to find some new recruits for the brand, and Johnny will try to find a new place to teach it. But why is Miguel still out of school? Like, his brain works fine. He seems to be getting around in that wheelchair no problem. Like, I didn't get, why isn't he back in school?
Maybe I don't got no elevator. I don't know. You seen all them steps at school?
I don't know. I was like, that was just kind of weird. I was like, why hasn't he been in school this whole time? I mean, he's fine. He just had to be in a wheelchair. But that kind of blew me away. And then
depression,
especially. What's that?
Depression, man. Can't force him back into school.
Maybe. I don't know. I was just like, why is everybody else back in school and he's not? I thought that was weird. But back to the LaRusso household, and Daniel and Amanda have decided that karate really is the answer. But Sam says she's not into it anymore. Amanda says Daniel should take the day off and spend it with Sam. And I was like, wait, what? Didn't Daniel just get home from traveling halfway around the world? And wasn't she just complaining about being alone and having to deal with the dealership by herself? And now she's basically telling him to do exactly what he was trying to do in the first place, which is what got him into this mess in the first place. I was like,
yeah, but she fell into the trap. Like I said, you know, you played the game and now you got to deal with it.
Basically, she drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She realized she can't go to the cops. She can't do anything. So what else can you do except have your daughter learn to defend herself or like better defend herself?
I guess. I was just like, she was just yelling at Daniel about all the stuff, and now she's all in like, oh, well, I guess now that I'm saying it, everything's going to be okay and we can just do it. It's like, this is everything you just fought against. This is how you got here in the first place. And now we're just basically going to re-loop it?
Yeah, but it's like, you know, she was against it when it was like, when it could have been stopped. But now you're at a point where like, you can't stop it no more. A lot of it had to do with his prejudice of Johnny, right? So before Kreese even came around, like that was a problem. They could have worked it out then. She went and tried to talk, but she had to deal with Kreese. Imagine if the situation's changed and it's her having to go talk to Johnny. That's a way different situation. Johnny be like, dude, your husband's a dick. Like, obviously, you know, he's all rich and shit, and I'm just this dude trying to start a karate studio. Why does he keep fucking with me? Right?
Yeah.
That is the situation. She's right. Now there's this crazy person involved, and she's coming to terms with like, okay, this isn't like normal people or normal grudge, right? So she was right, but there's, we live in 4 dimensions, it's not just where you're at, it's when you're there too.
Right. And there's not a lot of black and white. There's a whole lot of gray area going on. That's for sure. Absolutely.
Plus, she's telling him to like go off and do other stuff because she's still mad about him brushing hands with the old other girl. She can feel it. She can feel the distance.
She can sense it.
I'm telling you, girls can sense that.
You're absolutely right. Oh, but back at school, Miguel gets a round of applause for making it back, and Hawk's there too and tells him how Cobra Kai is crushing it right now. And Miguel says, yeah, I've been wanting to talk to you about that, but he gets saved by the bell because this is going to become a problem later on. And one of them is going to have to make a tough choice.
Mm-hmm.
So which one will it be? But Miguel runs into Dimitri in the hall and sees that he has a broken arm for the first time. And Dimitri's like, we have a lot to catch up on. And was that some foreshadowing, having Yaz in the back? But Miguel runs dropping. What's that?
I didn't hear nothing. All right, you cut out. Sorry.
Oh, I cut out? Weird.
Yeah.
So I was talking about how Miguel ran into Dimitri in the hall and sees his broken arm for the first time. And Dimitri was like, we have a lot to catch up on. And I was wondering if that was some foreshadowing that having Yaz in the background eavesdropping and then walking up saying it stinks.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, they're hooking up.
It's going to be a thing. And then we get the classic Johnny travels around trying to find a new dojo, and it goes just how you think it would. Then he meets a guy in the park and just grills him about it really being free. And the guy's like, yeah, it's a public park. Can I get back to my family now? Like, how did that conversation take place? That was amazing.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Johnny just walks up and grabs some dude that's just trying to get back to his family and won't let him go because he's just so in awe. I was like, how does he get through life and not know about public parks, I guess, is my thing. I
don't know. I think people can be insulated.
Oh, my God. That's too insulated. I was dying. I was like, Johnny's an idiot, but this is almost a bridge too far. But Daniel takes Sam fishing, and it's a non-too-smooth way about trying to get Sam back into karate, and everything is an undercover lesson with this guy. It's like...
Always. Sneaky. That's how he is. Sneaky. I don't trust him.
And he knew it was going to come back, which it absolutely does. But side note, how ridiculous of a fish story was that? Last time we were here, Mr. Miyagi caught a fish so big, Mom was afraid to cook it. And Daniel says, yeah, I think we ended up ordering pizza that night. I was like, what? A fish was too big to eat? Like, I don't know. That whole story was just stupid to me. Like, you went fishing, caught too big of a fish, and then ordered pizza. Like, where's this story going, and why did I just listen to it?
I don't know. Where are they at? What kind of fish they're catching? They take a trip up to freaking Alaska. They catch some kind of sturgeon from Michigan or something.
And even still, you're going to cut it up and fillet it. So what are you too scared to cook in your pan? I don't know. Everything about that was like, I don't even like fish, and I was irritated with that for some reason. Like, what are they talking about? Too big to cook? You got some fish to eat? What? Yeah.
Maybe
weird.
They were just calling back to the joke about like Daniel's mom getting all mad that she caters everything. Huh?
Oh, that's a stretch. You gotta want it for that one. But we get another classic lunchroom scene with Kyler restaking his claim as the lunchroom bully and pulling his classic move of throwing someone's stuff in the trash. But then he draws a big penis on Demetrius's cast. I was like, man, this thing is going full circle in all the wrong ways.
Yep.
I'm just like, how do we get back here, and how's this going down? We also saw Hawk become exactly what he despised, basically dropping another friend that's been nothing but loyal to him. And at this point, like, Hawk has earned everything I'm sure he has coming. Like, they have turned him into a true villain, and Miguel let him know that. So these are your friends now? It's like, that's got to be kind of eye-opening for your man.
Right. Like, the whole thing that led him to that was trying to defend Miguel, and now you're like, and Miguel's like, no, man, you're not doing this for me. You're doing it for you.
And exactly, when you used to be that guy that used to get picked on and have your stuff thrown away, and now all of a sudden you're friends with the dickheads doing it, that ain't cool. Yeah, that's got to be an eye-opener. But Daniel was pretty devastated about Sam being so down and out, and he finally gets her to tell him what's really bothering her, and he lets her know, like, none of it is her fault. I was like, I don't know if I'd say none of it, but
Yeah.
bigger picture.
That's what I thought too. I was like, none of it's her fault? A smidgen. It's a smidgen your fault.
When old boy called, like, they went in there and they took something from him. That boy, the guy wasn't going to get in trouble, but if he says, hey, some kids just came in here and stole this, thing, like, so they messed with him at work. That's going to happen in those kind of days. Sam's the one that, like, posseed up all her boys to meet him there and then end up getting their asses kicked. Like, they went there to fight and then got whooped. So that's a little bit her fault, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'll be right there to cower in a corner and watch you get your arm snapped. Like, that wasn't cool.
It's not like they went over and kicked what's-his-name's ass while he was at work.
Yeah, they didn't physically harm him. They just stole a freaking stuffed animal, which he could just tell his boss, and, basically the fun place is going to eat that. That kind of stuff happens. Doesn't mean start a fight and get, I don't know. That was definitely her fault.
I'm 100% with you.
But, I mean, I also get her side, too. Like, she wanted to show them that they can't be bullied and they're not just going to put up with this. I mean, you have to take a stand somewhere. So I see where she's coming from. I'm just not going to let her get away with none of this is her fault.
Yeah, you can't say it's 0% your fault.
Right, exactly.
A zero.
Never. But I like how Johnny just strolls into his high school like no biggie. Like, you don't think I know all the secret ways in and out of here? And then just walks over and starts yelling at a group of kids. Like, how after all this happened, is there no security around on this?
I don't know. It's hilarious. There was a bunch of security at the beginning of the season. Yeah. He's just like, nah, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Dude, and he sneaks in. It's one thing to, like, sneak in and be all incognito, but he's in there in the middle of the halls, like, screaming at kids. Like, that's not going to be a thing? Come on, dude.
Man, what did he say after that? Like, gosh, he yells at the one kid. Brain fart. Never mind.
Oh, when he's leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was so awesome, dude. He just, like, stops and, like,
smacks the book
down. He's like, sorry, kid, old habits. I was like,
yeah, old habits. I was cracking up. Dang it, I couldn't remember that. My brain's not working. Yeah,
that was crazy. I was glad Johnny got to look his ex-students in the eye and apologize for leaving them with that sociopath. But speak about something being entirely someone's fault. Like, this is entirely on Johnny for bringing a nut job like Kreese into the fold.
Yep.
I was just like, this is
100%. You put that, like I said earlier, you put that there. You like, even if you semi-trust him, like with you're allowing him back in your life and stuff, that's, you can do that. It's your right to screw yourself over again, but it's not your right to screw the future kids over again. That's 100% your fault, Johnny.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, and then to leave these poor kids there with that sociopath, like, yeah, you felt bad, but man, you're just ruining these kids. That's terrible. That was bad. But yeah, that last little, and don't be late as he smacks the books out of that dude's hand. Like, I was like, Johnny, you dick. That was awesome. But Daniel stops by the All Valley Sports Arena just to tell Sam how he almost lost a fear as well. And all through the story, I just kept repeating Sam's line, like, yeah, but why are we here? Like, you can tell this story on the car on the way home.
Yep.
I was like, why did we have to stop by the All Valley Sports Arena? Like, this spot, this sacred spot on this mat right here is where it's like, dude, you could have told this story in the car.
Because he's living his glory days, man. This is him.
What are we? I just kept repeating Sam's line. Yeah, but why are we here? I was like, that just kept ringing in my head through that whole little situation. I was like, this is ridiculous. But I like how Dimitri's been walking around with a marker this whole time and yet hasn't had one person sign his cast. Like, it was nice.
I thought it was cool.
You thought that was cool?
No, I thought he was. Like, that was supposed to be the thing, so yeah, it was weird.
Exactly. He was on the way up. That's my whole point. Like, he's on the way up, and he's getting more popular, yet he hasn't had one person sign his cast. It's like, that's kind of weak. But it was nice for you guys to realize like how bad it sucks to have people laugh at you and make fun of you. So it looks like her vacation abroad really did her some good. Like she's grown quite a bit. And it's also nice that they could bond over wedgies. It looks like she's become a lot cooler. So I mean, are they just doing that so they can go ahead and make these two a couple and it makes a little more sense?
Oh, 100%. Like I'm just saying, like it's about redemptions and all of that. That's what the whole show's about, right? Johnny's redemption, like it's about giving you an opportunity for redemption.
Yeah.
So
coming back into the mix, and Dimitri might get him some. That's awesome. So I also like how right before they went their separate ways, she says, "Okay, let's not make this a thing." Like totally knowing they're about to make this a same thing. Like they're definitely gonna end up together.
Yeah, I think I called this like 2 episodes ago. Maybe
I think I called this in first season. I was like, those two are gonna end up together.
I don't think that. I'll go back and watch freaking 20 hours of us talking about this show, and I guarantee you won't be.
Wait a minute, how's this happening? Who said they were gonna end up together? That's awesome. One way or the other, though, that's definitely happening, and they just let us know with that one. But Daniel walks around in and out for a workout, and guess who's already there getting their kata in? It looks like Sam's back on the karate train, and let's see what you've learned. Show me cast the rod. And I was like, yep, knew it. Everything is an undercover lesson. Like,
undercover. He's not trustworthy. I don't like these little sneaky things.
He's like trying to pull over fast one. That's some BS. But Johnny meets his new recruits and lets them all know that you don't need a dojo to be a dojo. I started Cobra Kai with one nerd. And Miguel's like, ow. Oh, that was pretty sweet. His face was like, hey, that was uncalled for. It's like, but now we need a name that commands respect, and there's only one animal that can kill a snake. And Sick Little Bert's all, a mongoose? Johnny's like, no, bird, a real animal. I was like, dude, you gotta love Johnny.
I thought mongoose too immediately when he said that. I was like, oh, mongoose. We didn't even say nothing about that. Oh. And then freaking you. Oh, my goodness.
Spoiler alert, came true.
It was. And I was laughing. I'm like, oh, they got to make a bunch of jokes about this. Like, everybody that hears it's got to make a joke about it.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as that spoiler was confirmed, welcome to Eagle Fang Karate. I was like, that sick eagle scream they played when it showed the shirt. I was like, that's awesome. And then, of course, they wasted no time at all. Eagles don't have fangs. Like, Johnny just smacks them with a shirt. I was just like, and then a boy puts on, like, anybody else feeling a little squad? Johnny just do some sit-ups. I was like, man, that was the best line of the show right there.
I was that kid when I was younger. I'm like, I bet you, I literally said this to my wife. I bet that kid could do 100 sit-ups right now. Fat kids can do sit-ups, boy. Like, I'm telling you, when I joined the Army, I was pretty fat. I could do some sit-ups. That was the best thing that was my best activity.
Oh, I said, yep, I could do some sit-ups. I could not do any pull-ups. I was the same way when I was like younger, because I right before a growth spurt, all my coaches were calling it like, yeah, you're about to hit it. But right before I hit that growth spurt, I was getting all fat and dumpy, and I was like the little pudgy kid. And it was weird. All my coaches never sweated. They're like, dude, you're about to hit a big one. And I did. I think I popped up like 4 inches that summer. It was crazy. But yeah, I was a little dumpy kid too. And like, I could do all sit-ups in the world, but not doing any pull-ups. But yeah, I was crying when he said that. Like, it was, again, just one of those back lines where you like almost had to have like the words on to be able to hear it, because it's just like instantly like, do some sit-ups and then on to the next line. But that was so great. I was crying. Best line of the series, I thought. And of course, they wasted the fact that they kept the fact that he kept that shirt on the whole time was killing me. Like, even when the guy comes around the corner, he's sitting there with his little half shirt on, dude. I'd have went shirtless before doing all that.
No, you have to represent, man.
Oh, I was crying, dude. That was like, anybody else feeling a little snug? Like, that's not a little snug, dude. You're about 5 sizes too small. Oh, it was amazing. But around the corner walks Hawk, and Johnny wrongly thinks he's there for class, but not so quick. He's followed by the entire CK dojo. Did you think it was going down right here?
Yeah, I thought that. That's exactly what I thought.
And then what would happen in that situation? They start fighting. Miguel can barely walk, so he's pretty much worthless. Like, I mean, what happened?
Exactly.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and like Kyler wants a piece of that. Like, oh, now I can kick his ass while he can barely walk.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And no mercy. So it's not like it matters. It's like, no mercy's no mercy. Let's get it. Kreese is like,
Mm-hmm.
how much of a psychopath is Kreese thinking like he's there to offer Johnny yet one more chance to join back in with them? And of course, Johnny says no. It's like, did Kreese just bring all those kids so Johnny just wouldn't beat his ass right there? Because he has to know Johnny's never coming back. So what was that all about?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. He just rolls with his gang. I don't know.
It's like you almost had to bring them all there just so Johnny wouldn't fight him, so they'd have the numbers or whatever. Because I think deep down he knows Johnny would whoop his old ass. But when Hawk said, "I told you, Cobra Kai for life," I was like, "Uh-oh, there it is." I was like, that just hit me hard when he said that. I was like, they're gonna kill off Hawk. He's probably gonna end up taking like the proverbial bullet for Dimitri or something, but they're gonna kill off Hawk. Right when he said that, because that was like the second or third time he's done that. And like it was almost out of place at that point. And that just kind of hit me like a rock. I'm like, they're gonna kill Hawk.
You think so? I don't think so. I think they're building the redemption, man.
I don't know. I mean, they could be, and they could just be, that's the saying. But the way
He's gonna be. Here it is, the redemption. Well, we'll merge our things. He's gonna join back with everybody else, like the Eagle Fang, and then he's going to rename himself Phoenix because he died and came back as Phoenix.
He's the Phoenix, no longer the Hawk. He's got to kill the Hawk persona.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know. And then he comes back and he turns his like mohawk into dreads or something. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think he's gonna jump in the way and he's gonna take a hit that's gonna snap his neck, or he's like somebody's gonna go to punch somebody and he's gonna jump in the way, or some flying kick and it's gonna kick him out in the street and a bus is gonna run him over or something crazy. But I don't know. That's like the third time like he's gotten that singular line, like Cobra Kai for life. I was like, ooh, that means your life might not be too much longer in the making. That's what I got out of that. So it would be dark, but I don't know. I kind of think that's what's happening. I think we might end up losing Hawk because they're just making him a dick, and they show that he knows he's doing wrong and he keeps doing wrong. So I think he might end up taking one.
Nah, redemption, man.
I don't know. One thing I disagree with is when Johnny says Kreese is to blame for all the messed up things these kids are doing. I was like, again, he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Johnny letting him back in. So that's kind of Johnny passing the buck, isn't it?
Yep, a little bit.
I was like, what is that bullshit? I was like, this is on you, Johnny, not him. And not only did you bring him in, but you brought him in and then left him there with him. What are those little kids supposed to do? I was just like, and how big a whack job was Kreese thinking that he was going to pull that stunt in the park, talk shit about Miguel ending up in a coma, and then think Johnny's actually coming back? So again, it's like, was he even there to really try to get him to come back? I don't know. Or did he already see from that point that Johnny's not coming back, so I might as well just get in a couple extra jibs?
Yeah, that one.
That's kind of dirty. I don't know. I like this one. This was kind of a short, sweet, kind of filled in some blanks, and I don't know. I just kind of have a feeling like these last three might be super action packed because a lot of people really like this season, and I think it's kind of a little bit slower than the last two. So I think it's going to have a bang with these last three episodes. What do you think?
Yeah, freaking. We got to have what's her name come and ruin relationships or something. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Episode 7, and there's still no Allie sighting. That just shows you how big of a star she is. They're going to get her for one episode. It'll like be the finale or something. That'll be the big cliffhanger as Allie walks in, like right when Johnny and Carmen just had a great night together or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to be all irritated, pissed off. They're trying to ruin the relationship, and I'm going to have another person to hate from the original Karate Kid.
Allie with an eye is just going to be doing it all the wrong ways. That's no good. Oh, that's rough. But yeah, I don't know. It blows me away that she hasn't been in, so they're definitely not going to be making her part of the series or anything. It's like they'll probably just bring her in for 1, maybe 2 episodes. She'll break everything, and then she'll be gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Just come in, break it all, gone. Hopefully she breaks up Daniel and Amanda, I mean, we already see there's some rifts there. So break them up. Then Johnny starts his harem.
He has 3 on the hook right out of the gate. Little Amanda, little Carmen, and that chick from the bar.
Yeah, there you go.
So then when Allie comes in, Johnny goes from having nobody to having everybody, and like, I either have no women or all the women. What am I going to do? I can go. Oh, Johnny up and running. That'd be awesome. But yeah, like I said, I know it's been kind of a slow burn this season, so I think they're really going to amp it up these next 3 episodes. I think they're going to be getting into it pretty tough. I think it's going to be awesome.
I agree.
Absolutely. Trivia question of the show: what is the name of the girl that signed Dimitri's cast?
I don't know. I didn't see nothing about it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Andy stumped. Anybody that knows the answer to that one and watching this later on, go ahead and write that answer down below. What is the name of the girl that signed Dimitri's cast?
I don't think that's a fair question. You design these questions knowing that I can't remember anybody's name just so you can leave it up to that. Because last time you went with a number, and I knew it because I can do numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. The math guru nailed the number. Can't remember a name to save his life. Oh, that is the hardest part, too, is trying to remember all these characters' names. Like, I didn't know Amanda's name forever. I always had to keep looking that one back up.
The only reason I knew is because of you.
That's awesome. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Yeah, Cobra Kai. It's like I said, it's been a nice slow burn, but I'm ready for the big payoff, dude. And I think it's gonna happen these next 3 episodes. I think Allie comes in next episode. I think she'll probably only be around for 2 episodes, and she'll be back out. Like I said, too big of an actress to actually be around for much of it. She's just gonna do a cameo. But I thought she was actually gonna be a lot bigger part of this season. But guess not.
See, we're both a little wrong. Yeah. I thought she was coming in way earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And you think Dimitri and old girl end up hooking up by next episode, or is that going to be like an end of season type thing? What do you think is going to happen with that?
No, next episode. That stuff moves too fast in this show.
Absolutely. They're coming. They're going to bring it. Oh, so I can't wait to watch it. We're definitely going to get it in, and we will be back in on next Tuesday talking some more Cobra Kai. So hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic weekend, and it only gets better from here. And until we see you on Tuesday, you guys be easy.